So there's an idea in Zen Buddhism that your external environment is a reflection of your internal environment. And you can picture how this plays out in Zen with their sand and their rock gardens, the very crisp and clean rooms, their spacious and austere temples. The idea being that the more ordered and peaceful and open your environment is, the more ordered, peaceful, and open your mind will be. If your space is disorganized or full of clutter, your mind will reflect that, moving this way and that way, trying to find its way among all of the things you don't need right now to find the thing that you do. An ordered space is ready to use. It's prepared for its purpose, and stepping into it is relaxing. The space calls out to be used and with an ease for what it was designed for. Consider your kitchen for a moment. Walk into it in your mind's eye, first thing in the morning. Now, there are dishes in the sink from last night's dinner. There's a dirty pan still sitting on the stovetop, which is splattered with grease, crumbs and coffee grounds all over the countertop. What's your experience like right there at the start of your day? It might feel heavy or chaotic, even a little depressing. The day doesn't start as something new. It's lugging yesterday along with it, needing to be completed today before this day can even begin. Now rewind for a second and walk into the kitchen again. This time, counter and the stovetop are clean, the sink is empty, and the dishes are all put away. Now what does that space feel like? How does that energy compare when it comes to starting your day? Probably feels easier, smoother, calmer. The day feels like it's yours to play with. Now, the more you attend to the individual areas in all of your space, your home, your office, even your car, using them and resetting them, leaving no trace behind and no evidence that anyone was there, the more you can pass easily from one part of your day, one part of your life to another. There is no need to be held back by past incompletions. By returning a space to its original state as you use it, you manage both your present, completing the things as you go, and your future. And you give a gift to your future self or anybody else who might come after you. Identify a space that you typically leave out of order when you use it. Some places you might consider are the entryway to your home, your bedroom, your kitchen sink, your bathroom, your car. Choose an area you know that you generally leave a little or a big mess. For this week, every time you use that area of your life, clean it up. Leave no trace. If anyone comes into the area after you leave, they should not know that you have been there. So that means no shoes just kicked off and bag thrown on the floor when you walk in the door. That means your bed is made and your laundry is in a hamper or put away. Or it means that not even a spoon is left in the sink for later. Or no empty bottles or cans or other trash are left in your car when you get where you're going. Now you can tend to the same area all week for this practice, although you may happily discover that the leave no trace mindset has a tendency to seep throughout your entire life. And that is leave no trace.